There, this is H. Victoria Hargro Atkerson. I'm an author and a writer and a publisher. I would love to take you through my books that I've written over the past few years, and I'm going to start at the beginning. My first publication was Stones Along the Path, Part 1 and Part 2. Try to get them. They are a wonderful, absolutely wonderful romantic drama that expands about 3 generations, and it is loads of fun and loads of information about the characters who lived in Africa and in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I love this story because they are really energetic lovers. I I just love it because they are two very strong characters who have very definite set values that they have learned from their family traditions, and it all collides in an unbelievably blowout of a marriage. And we are doing part 3 of this book by popular demand. People really, really love this book. So I had to continue the story. It's coming out soon. The next book was Walking Among the Kudzu. This is a good book because it teaches you and it shows you how people make families out of any formation of people. People that come into your life for an unexpected reason. We adopt, we accept, and we love people who are not our biological relatives, which is absolutely wonderful. A family can be anyone who's supportive and loving and caring, and most of all, people who stand by you no matter what. That's what a true family is. And I can't say no matter what, because there are some circumstances where you have to tell your family to get lost. That is a fact. So, but very supportive families have very positive things to say about you and the things that you do. One of the things I love about writing is that you can put all these theories into practice in characters in books like this. So if you are a writer, I want you to lean on your history, lean on your personal experiences as you do your writing and incorporate that, because those are golden moments that you can take advantage of and live through the characters in your book. There may be something, there may be a family story, which I did do in which book? Oh, it was in Stones. We had a family story. That's how I started this book out, telling a family story that was kind of hush-hush. Nobody talked about it, and it was a big secret. So I used that to be the basic storyline for Stones Along the Path. And I said, we're going to do part 3 very soon. The other book I really want you to take a look at, which I absolutely love because it comes from my childhood. Again, we're talking about personal experiences, your personal life becoming a part of your writing career and your writing process. So it never goes away. Your personal experiences are so valuable when you're writing. So you don't want to leave that out, and your personal opinions have a way of working in. Although one of the things I must caution you, mosquito, must caution you about is that do not use anything embarrassing to people who are living in your writings, because that's like a faux pas. We don't want to do that. But there are things in your family that may happen, or to friends even, that you want to exploit in a story, that you want to bring attention to, but you don't want to make it personal where a person can recognize themselves in a character. You want to fictionalize everything in every aspect of your writing so that no one gets hurt. But this book, Buttermilk Bottom, was based on a true place, a real place, which is Buttermilk Bottom. That was a neighborhood in Atlanta, Georgia, that was a notorious neighborhood. It was also one of the first places blacks in America moved into after the Civil War, because it was only one of the places, it was one of the only places at that time whites would allow blacks to live in that particular area, because everything then was segregated. And, it was literally against the law to socialize with people who were white. So that's our history, and it's a big dark stain on American history. Talking about dark stains. Woo, here we go. My next book is called Enslaved, and it's a marvelous story about two people who are very important people in their tribe. One is a princess, one is a member of the royal guards, and he's a very decorated warrior. And this beautiful princess are abducted into slavery. And this story talks about their journey through the jungle, on the slave ship. Even we talk about the slave alcoves in Africa and what happens to them there and what is happening in there. The slave ship itself, which is waiting offshore for them to come, we get to look at that and see and feel what it's like to be in that area, to be on those wooden boards with splinters and urine and feces and all kinds of crazy animals, bugs, and whatever animals like rats. I don't want to avoid saying that because that was a huge problem. This book will take you there. It also goes into slavery and the practice of slavery in America, what happens to these characters as they move through their lives as enslaved people. Okay, this one will have a part 2 out very soon. My determination to get this out is going to be manifested by the end of summer. I'm determined to get it out because it's a marvelous story, and people have been asking about it, and I want to make sure I get it out there. So, anyway, people, it's a pleasure to talk to you. Starting very shortly, I will be interviewing different writers about their career and about their writing. So I want you to look forward to that. It'll be a different type of experience. There's some other things that I'll be doing also. I'm doing some Black History moments because I think during this time, with all the excitement and all the demonstrations and the murders and everything that's going on in America right now, the murders of Black people, we need to take a look at that. And I want to talk about Black history because I think one of the things we must always keep focus on is our history. It's extremely important, and how we are targeted for jail, death, all kinds of insensitive things. America has a race problem, has always had a race problem, and this is something we need to take a look at. We need to take a look at our history to find out where we were, what has happened in the past, so we know where we are today and where we're going in the future. So join me for those historical moments that I will be doing, and for the interviews with other writers coming up soon. So you take care, God bless, and I love you.